Welcome to all of you, yet another class of biology of class 12th. In the last lecture, we have discussed all sorts of asexual and vegetative propagation and sexual reproduction. Now, in same continuation, now we will discuss about some another points which is related to the reproduction. Let's begin discussing what is parthenogenesis. What is parthenogenesis? Parthenogenesis means development of an embryo from an unfertilized egg. That is, the egg normally from the egg, when it is fertilized by a male gamete, the zygote is formed and then no embryo is produced. But in parthenogenesis, sometimes it happens that egg is not fertilized, but still the egg can produce the embryo. Such way of producing an embryo or young ones from unfertilized egg, that is called parthenogenesis. The parthenogenesis can be induced by artificially also or by naturally also. By artificially, by treating the egg with the acetylcholine, a chemical. Naturally, by inducing the heat, the egg can produce the embryo without the fertilization of or without the involvement of male gamete. That is called as the parthenogenesis. In plants, it's called parthenocarpy, where the fruits are formed without fertilization. That is called parthenocarpy, or in animals it's called parthenocarpy. Example for parthenogenesis is the male wasps. In honeybee colony, the male which is produced, male is produced how? Male is produced without fertilization of the egg with the sperm. So it is haploid, it is having the haploid status. So male is haploid and is produced parthenogenetically in the honeybee colony. Now, and in chicks also, artificially, what they in the farm, what they do, they incubate the egg with temperatures, and the eggs develop into the chicks in a large scale. So they are using this method for production of chicks. So that is called parthenogenesis. Now next we will move to twins. What are twins? Twins are the individual which are born, the two individuals which are born from the same uterus, from two different ovary or maybe single ovary at the same time. They are called the twins. Means they may be morphologically and genetically similar or maybe dissimilar, but they are to be born at the same time from the same uterus, from the same mother at the same time. They are called the twins. Number of twins can be more, it can be 3, 4, but twins mostly the two embryo are born at the same time. That is called the twins. Twins may be of two type. First is identical twins or non-identical twins, or also called identical twins, monozygotic twins, and non-identical is called dizygotic twins. So let's begin with the twins, that is non-identical twins or dizygotic twins, or also called fraternal twins. In non-identical twins, what happens? The twins which are born, they are born from the two different fertilization of the fusion of the sperm, the two different egg. Then from such region, two zygotes form. Normally we know that during menstruation cycle of female, only one egg is produced. But sometimes it happens two eggs are produced into the female body from two different ovary. As a result, when the sperm meet, when sperm come, simultaneously what happens? The two both the eggs are fused, fertilized with the male gamete. As a result, the two zygotes are formed, and the two embryo, the two childs are born from a female. So such the child which are born from a female, there is two, they are called the twins. Since they are the two twins which are born from the two different zygote, maybe having the same sex or the different sex, maybe look slightly different from appearance, they will have slightly different genetic material. Slightly different genetic material. They are called as the non-identical twins. Now we will discuss identical twins. Identical twins are the twins which are formed from the same ovum or zygote. What happens sometimes the zygote which is fused or fertilized by the sperm, zygote is formed, the zygote gets splits into two separate cells, and these two separate cells behave like two different ovum. As a result, these two cells will behave like a two ovum, separate, get implant on the wall of the uterus, giving rise to two embryo. The feature of this that both these two embryo which is formed, the child which will form, most probably they will having the same appearance, looks, and also they will have the same genetic materials. So such twins which are formed from the splitting of same eggs, because they are both same in appearance and genetic material, such twins are called identical twins or monozygotic twins. So they are called twins. They are called twins. Now, next we talk about chromosome number in myocytes. Myocytes are the cells which will give rise to the gamete. So myocytes having a diploid structure, and when you go to meiosis to form a germ cells, gametes that are haploid. So as purpose to, according to some exams, board examinations, to remember certain chromosome of certain organism. Like for example, in human being, the chromosome number is 46 and haploid status will be 23. In housefly, it is 12 chromosome number and the haploid is 6. Rat 42, 21 haploid. Dog 78, haploid 39. Cat 38, haploid 19. Fruit fly 8, the haploid status 4. Remember the chromosome number of fruit fly. Ophioglossum, and added tongue form. It is the only plant which is having the higher number of chromosomes. Remember this, the Ophioglossum. Sometimes it is asked in the examination. Name the species which have high number of chromosomes. That is Ophioglossum. What is the number of it? Is 1260, 1260. Haploid is 630. Apple 34. Haploid 74. Rice 24. Chromosome number haploid 12. Maize 20. Haploid 10. Potato 48. Haploid 24. Butterfly 380. 190 haploids. Onion 16. And haploid 8. You can see when chromosome number in the myocyte cell, whatever the chromosome number is there in the gamete become reduced to half. It get half of the chromosome. So when half from one parents fuse with the other half of other parents, the diploid status is achieved in the zygote. Now, so these are the certain features of the organism which is having the chromosome number, which is diploid status with the haploid. Try to remember all this chromosome number, because sometimes it is asked in the board exam and also for you NEET examinations. Now we will discuss certain questions answers. The question was distinct between frog, fishes, and reptile and birds. What do frog, fishes do? External fertilization. Reptiles and birds do internal fertilization. Why is reproduction essential for organism? Reproduction is essential for organism for continuity of species. Each and every organism have definite lifespan. If organism stop producing, then species will not be able to exist for a long time and get extinct. So now I will give you certain questions. I'm repeating. I will say some questions. You have to write down in your homework copy. Which is better mode of reproduction, sexual, asexual? Explain. Why is offspring formed by asexual reproduction referred to as a clone? Offspring formed due to sexual reproduction have better chance of survival. Why? In statement, this statement is true or not? You have to explain. How does progeny formed from asexual reproduction differ from that by the sexual reproduction? Explain it. What is vegetative propagation? Give 2 examples. What is the juvenile phase? Explain this. Higher organisms have restored to sexual reproduction in spite of its complexity. Why? Explain why meiosis and gametogenesis are always interlinked. You have to explain all this question. Answer in write down your copy. Why are offspring of oviparous animals at greater risk as compared to offspring of viviparous animals? Examine few flower of any cucurbit and try to identify the staminate and pistillate flower. Do you know why other plants that bear unisexual flower? What is bisexual flower? Okay. Collect 5 bisexual flowers from your neighborhood with the help of your teacher. Find a common scientific name. So do this all. Describe post-fertilization change in flower. What is gametogenesis? What are zoospore? And disadvantage of external fertilizer. Do all these questions and answer in your copy. And try to keep this copy with yourself and try to revise all this. So this leads to a completion of the first chapter of biology, that is reproduction. Now, after after completion of this chapter, and you go through revision, and you find any difficulties, then you can ask or WhatsApp me in the 12th biology science group. I will try to answer those questions, but you also try to solve these questions. After this completion, then we will move to the next topic of biology. Reproduction is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Prior to that, you go also the topics. So we will have a quick look on this topic, that is what is reproduction, what are various mode of reproduction, that is sexual and the sexual reproduction, then reproduction in organisms with the lifespan, what was there, what biodiversity is there, right, you have to just revise the difference between asexual reproduction and the sexual mode of reproduction. Go through it. What is asexual is very important for exam. What is various mode of asexual reproduction, like fission, binary fission, multiple fission, budding, then fragmentation, regeneration, spore formation, vegetative propagation, like you have runner, sucker, stolon, offset, rhizome, comb, tuber. These are the certain mode of vegetative reproduction which are found in plants, bryophyllum, leaf bird, sexual reproduction. What is sexual reproduction? Right? The fusion of zygote takes place and formation of gamete will take place. Sexual reproduction have 3 phases: pre-fertilization, fertilization, and post-fertilization events. So you have to remember these events. In pre-fertilization, formation of gametes, transfer of gametes, infertilization, fusion of gametes, post-fertilization, formation, implantation of zygote, and cell division and cell differentiation takes place. In fertilization, you have to study about the external fertilization and internal fertilization. Try to remember these differences. Embryogenesis, zygote formation, oviparous, what are doing, ostracile, menstruation cycle. Try to remember all these things. Okay. Parthenogenesis, twins and non-identical twins. Remember all these things. And then chromosome number of certain species. So this completes your chapter. Go through and revise it. And submit try to make the flowchart, clearly write the question answer in your copy, and try to submit your copy, or you can click the photo and can send to me my WhatsApp number for your checking. Okay, and you go through the if you have the board question paper, sort out the question from which is related to topic first, and try to solve it. Okay. And this leads to the completion of first chapter. Okay. Thank you.